Hello and welcome, it's Melody from Melody Crochet, and today we're going to have a little impromptu podcast. It is so good to see everybody. I hope you're doing well. I wish you happy new year, and let's play, shall we? I'm just here in front of the yarn in my chair, and so the coffee's on the ground. Wish me luck that it doesn't fall. But I'm having Neapolitan coffee in my mug that the kids got me for Christmas. Isn't that cute? But Neapolitan coffee with a little bit of milk. Hopefully it'll perk me up because it is freezing. We're having Winter Storm 2022 in February. Today is February 2nd. And dude, I've been very inspired lately. I'm loving my TikTok. If you get on there, those kids are making stuff. It will give you the, how do you say, the incentive to get going, if you know what I mean, because there's just some creativity left and right. I'm loving it, and I can't wait to make. And it's coming on Valentine's Day. This is birth month, so make is the order of the game. I'm going to show you a couple things I've made, basically everything that I've made that wasn't shipped off to customers for Etsy, because I don't have a ton, and some of it might even be familiar from last time I podcasted, so please forgive me if I double speak. Yay, coffee. Okay. Oh, first off, drinking coffee, wearing my Klaziena by Kristin Bishop. It is a beautiful pattern. It's a beefy one, and afterward I did have to take a little break from the hook, but I'm almost ready to make something else in fingering weight because I really reach for this. I love this. This is the Yarn Bee in, I believe Peacock was the colorway, and I just love this so much. I might need something similar. Now, for Christmas, in addition to my orders, which I shared some of my orders on Instagram, feel free to follow me. I am Melody Crochet on Instagram. I'm Melody Crochet 2 on Ravelry. I'm Melody Crochet on TikTok. Pretty much everywhere. I think Melody Loves Yarn on Twitter though, because I could not get Melody Crochet. For Christmas, my big to-do was my Santa hat. Now, why do I need a black Santa hat? I play a video game where black Santa hats are of the premium. I wasn't going to be able to get one in game, so I got one in real life. Made my own black Santa hat and loved wearing it. I used the velour yarn from Joanne's brand, Twist, Big Twist. Big Twist came out with velour in Christmassy white, which is fabulous. And it really worked up great for Santa hats. Instead of doing like a regular pom-pom, I crocheted a sphere, stuffed it lightly. It's not crazy stuffed. I wanted it kind of smooshy. And I could not have been more pleased with it. It behaved very well. As you can tell, it's rather large. They're about 19 inches long. And they sit beautifully. I love it so much. I'm so glad I did it. And I did have some people that wanted some, but in more normal colors, and I'm still filling those orders because I'm not in a rush for Santa hats. They'll have it before Christmas, right? I mean, they don't need that right now. So I'm getting them out. Like this one I just finished up. This is an order for 2 red ones. And I did do a tutorial, but we had a little, I edited the whole thing. I unplugged the box, and all of my editing lost the footage, because usually you take your, not to get too technical, usually you take your footage, you put it on the computer and the memory box. I skipped the on the computer portion, was working right off the box. The box got unhooked. I didn't even know it wouldn't be able to plug back into the memory, and it was gone. The whole editing was gone. I still have it, but gosh, I was mad. Now I know forever though. So we will probably have a tutorial for this in the very near future. I don't care if it's not Christmas. I mean, you guys are understanding. I don't work in chronological order, but next thing I knew, the new year came around, right? And the Pantone color of the year is Periwinkle, which is a version of purple. Purple. I was gonna need in on that action. So for the Etsy shop, I started making purple berets. And I used Lion Brand homespun. Now, a lot of crocheters know homespun, it's a labor of love. But this is just the perfect periwinkle in my humble opinion, and I just love it. It's called Purple Aster Lion Brand Homespun. If you're looking to buy some and you haven't seen it in person, you probably have. They sell it everywhere. But you get 6 ounces for about $6. Depends on if it's on sale or not. And that is 180 yards, so it's a bulky weight. 100% acrylic, and they suggest crocheting it with a K hook. I make my hats with a J hook. Let me know if you'd like to see how I make my little berets. But I usually will do one thing. I always have to tuck my hair, otherwise I get like that short layer at the top kind of sticking out. It's awkward. Forgive me if I don't look right, but love my berets. This one's made with bulky weight yarn. Usually I use a worsted weight and maybe an I hook or an H hook, but that color, I could not make that. So love that. Got more, making more, adding them to the shop, and would love to do a tutorial if you think you'd like to see it. In addition to that, I also like this for a good periwinkle. So I'm thinking of what I can do with this. This is called Lavender Blue from Karen Simply Soft, which runs about $3 to $4. You get quite a bit considering it's a really light worsted weight. Like, how many yards do you get? It's a size 4 medium worsted weight yarn, but it's a light worsted. And they suggest an H hook. Highly suggest nothing bigger than an H hook, or it's going to be very open. And boop, 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 boop. How much do you get? 315 yards. So you get some distance with the Lion brand, or with the Karen Simply Soft. Not everybody likes to work with it, and I could see why. Sometimes you get some irregular rolls, and some people don't like that it's shiny, because you do kind of feel a little hook squeak, if you will. I usually use a nickel rubbed surface on my hook. So not a hook that's too shiny, and not a plastic hook, no. But I'll use like something with kind of a rubbed, rougher surface on the hook, and I find that kind of heals for it. This is how it turned out. Now, it is freaking massive. She said bulky weight yarn. I used the correct hook. I used the second size up because I usually wear like a large, and I don't like things to be too tight. I don't hate it, but it's really, really big. It's one of those things that looks okay from the front, but from the back, all of it is kind of gathering in the back. But I still wore it just like this. It's not even finished yet. I haven't put the sleeves on because I have to wear something when I get to this phase to see where I want the sleeves, because the pattern wants me to take the sleeves all the way to my wrist, and I'm not sure about that. I'm just never sure. And with yarn, you can't really smoosh the sleeves up after you make it, because unless you do some serious ribbing action at the wrist, and I don't see any of that going on in the pattern, when you push them up, they just come back down. So I want to be sure where I want them, and I'm pretty sure if I do sleeves, I'm going to do like barely a cap sleeve. This is my sleeve opening here, or maybe a 3/4 inch, or maybe a 3/4 sleeve, but maybe here. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, they're going to feel totally in my way and really heavy. I use the Ogo in Concord Crush, and it's just a series of purples. I like it very much. I have 4 balls of it actually. I did a little review on it. If you want to search I'll try to link down below, or feel free to search the channel, and I have a little review of it. But it's a bulky weight, which is what the sweater called for, and you get 228 yards. The color just slides into the next one. It's a really interesting way of doing a yarn. Free pattern, the Efficiency Sweater on Ravelry. And I don't know, maybe check some gauge. That's all I'm saying. Do a gauge check. And those colors though, I love it. This is the back for me, and this is what I find myself wearing in the front. I just love that big lavender-y stripe. This is just the purple episode, isn't it? I also started some birth month socks. This is birth month. I love it. Ooh, I started some socks for birth month, and I ordered this yarn online. It came super, super fast. I love it. It's fingering weight yarn, regular old sock yarn, and it's from, is it Opal? It's the Herbstmelodie. Oh my gosh. I saw my name and I'm like, okay, welcome. I saw this online, I think it was eBay, and I ordered it and it showed up because it was shipped from the US. It was only a couple days. So very, very pleased. And that's just the sweetest little label. Oh my gosh. Look how cute that is. So that had to happen. And this is how she's going. I started her this morning. By the way, I made that sweater yesterday. That bulky weight sweater, that's 1 day's work. It was just double crochets so far. And then I wore it yesterday evening out and about to see how long I went the sleeves. So it'll be done by tomorrow or so. I'll show you guys how it turns out next time. But I'm on my size 0. This is a 40-inch circular. And I believe these are Chiagu pointies. If you make socks, let me know down below what your favorite is. As far as yarn, I love a really grippy, earthy, woolly sock yarn. It makes me so, so happy. So this is right up my alley. I just started, no pattern. I just did some 2x2 rib. Then I went straight for a little bit. And then right before the heel, that ribbing right here isn't on. That ribbing right here is only on the back. This side is smooth still. And I just like it. I love a sock like that. That kind of grips on the back of your heel, easy to wear. Mostly I wear these at home in the evening. We don't need a lot of wool socks here in Texas. And, you know, I really enjoy having a birthday sock for the month of February just on the needles in my purse. So she's my purse knitting for the moment. So that's what I've done in the last couple days. Now what I have going on, what I have to decide if I'm going to continue on from a few months ago when I stopped, is a few other projects. Let me know down below what you think. I am making a Bernat Velvet black robe. So this is the front. And I have the other front. I haven't seen this for so long. I'm showing this to you with me. This is a sleeve. We found, oh no, this is a back. This is a back. So we have two fronts and a back. And that's about it. No sleeves. I want a bell sleeve. I want something super dramatic. I'm using a boy because these slide so nicely on the velvet yarn. I don't know if you've used the velvet yarn, but these slide so nicely. Just a plain old acrylic, plain old aluminum hook. This is my boy. I'm a boy person. The blunt hooks, I just don't love them. They are, it is true though. I had some of you guys suggest when I had a yarn that was super, super, super splitty. I believe it was even this project. This yarn was rather splitty. They had me go with a blunter hook, kind of like a Susan Bates, and it did stop the splitting. So there is that. I can't argue that. But when I'm just go, 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 and I'm working quickly and not even paying attention, I love a boy hook. Just something nice and rounded. I have 2 more of these. Little bit left of the last ball. Might need more. We'll see. But what do you think? Big velvet yarny crocheted robe. I want it to go all the way down to the ground. If it's done by Halloween, even better. Ooh, I just found this in one of the project bags. And I tried the prism hooks. Is it Prim? Prim? Yeah, the Prim hooks. And so far, super cool. It doesn't look like I've opened them up, but I have several times and I've used them. I just really like the packaging. I ordered this off of Amazon. I'll try and link down below. But like, I just like the packaging. I think they had one with the smaller hooks. This is a 3.5 to 6 millimeter hooks and they're really cool. Let me get the green one out. It's what I've been drawn to the most. So here is the Prim. And they are kind of blunt. I mentioned a minute ago that I'm not thrilled with blunt hooks, but I do like it. It actually is really nice. One of you guys suggested it a while ago, and I got right on that and ordered some. So let me know if you'd like to see, oops, she's falling. Let me know if you'd like to see a review. But I can tell you off the bat, like if you're just looking for like yay or nay, so far yay. I'm really glad I ordered them, and I keep them with my stuff so I can see them at all times. Other things that I purchased, we went straight into what have I done, in case you're curious. I just fell in love with the tones of You and Me. It's Lion Brand. They have a 2 of Wands situation. And I like her patterns. But like, oh my gosh. It's so pretty. And I don't know what to do with them. But every time I go to Joann's, I end up with a new one. So maybe a sweater. What do you think? I like them very much. But if you're curious about the colors, because I know that sometimes looking at them online looks a little weird. The You and Me is a chunky wool blend. The blend is, boop, what's your percentage? Share with us. She has secrets. Oh, there it is. 80% acrylic, 20% wool. She has a woolly feel to it. It feels a lot like thick Vanna's Choice, if I had to say. And she's a size 5 bulky weight yarn. I'm totally hugging. They suggest a K hook, and I could see that because she has a thick strand. 2 of Wands is Alexandra Tavel, and she has a blog 2 of Wands. I've seen some of her patterns. And aside from that, I just love them. They're such lovely muted tones. I feel so mature when I buy one. But this one is called Haze. Super pretty. Shadow. Where's the black one? I just thought those 3 looked so pretty together. Aren't they pretty? I thought they'd look great together. And this one is called Werewolf. Cause, ooh, so pretty. And then these, I thought they'd look great together, maybe in a hat or something. I don't know if I could wear that color, but I could try. And this one is Rosewater. Aww. And Love Song. So Rosewater and Love Song. So beautiful. I practically want to smell them, but no, I don't get a lot from them. I burn a lot of incense, so my yarn smells like incense. So oh, and then I saw online this beautiful young lady had made a sweater. I looked all over for where I saw the inspiration. It's been a while, but every time I go and I see anything where they have Red Heart Super Saver in Sutherland, I have to buy it. This is called Sutherland Stripe, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I pick up one every time I see it. That's why I have 3. So that's my latest, I guess, yarn fetish at the moment. Sutherland Stripe. For a while it was Peruvian, and now I'm all about this. I just think this is so pretty. Perhaps just a cardigan or something super simple, or I could make it into some granny squares. What do you think? What would you do? Have you used any Red Heart Stripe? I love Red Heart Stripe. It's an issue. I have quite a bit of it in a cubby back there. And this is just super pretty. And these are big too. This is the jumbo. So you get, oh, here it is. You get 10 ounces, which is 482 yards. So I have like 1,500 yards of this. That's totally a sweater. So that might have to be what it is. I saw somebody make a sweater out of it. As pretty as it is here, it looks so pretty worked up. It just looks like a walk through the forest in the winter, or maybe even the summer. There's so much green and turquoisey blue. It's beautiful. I can't wait to use it. So that being said, I hope you're doing well. I thank you for stopping by. I will be hanging out. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Please like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to be friends, hit that subscribe button. I will see you very soon.